here's why a cash offer might be right for you. I'm sure you've seen advertisements on billboards, on the TV, online about cash offers for your house, and you may be thinking, cash offer sounds good. Is that right for me? And the answer is maybe. First of all, if you want to get one, we have a tool on our website. You can go on there in just a matter of minutes, fill out a little bit of information, and we can usually get you a cash offer in a couple of days. Yes, a actual cash offer. And so why is that so appealing for most folks? And the reason is it's often easier. Now, it can be easier, because before I get into what is easier about it, I do want to give a caveat. A lot of times when people say they are making a cash offer, they are not actually making a cash offer. They are using some sort of financing or funding that is not a conventional loan, not a loan from a bank. And a lot of times that can actually be more risky than a bank loan, the way that some investors are doing that. So before I would ever consider accepting a cash offer, unless you're really savvy, sold a lot of houses, I would have a real estate professional evaluate it with you to make sure that you are actually getting a cash offer and how likely it is to really be easier than the more traditional process. But so back to the case of this is a cash offer. It could be easier. Well, what makes it easier? A couple of things do. First of all, you typically have way less people coming into your house. For traditional listings right now, it's taking about 15 showings to get an offer. Well, on a cash offer, usually only a couple of visits to the house. Secondly, you don't have to do anything to the house. Now, you don't have to do anything to the house to sell it traditionally. And a lot of folks, we can help with very minimal effort actually take their house to market. But in this case, you really can do nothing. You want to leave your stuff in the house? You can. You don't want to fix anything? You can. Now, obviously, there's a trade-off for this on the price standpoint, which we'll get into it. And then third on the ease is you can typically pick your closing date. And a lot of times you can even stay in the house after the closing date. And so you can make it convenient for you on your timing to be exactly what you want. And you can see why that would be really appealing to a lot of folks. Now, on the con side for the cash offer, these are investors and they do need to make money. And so, well, I say they need to make money. If you follow Zillow and Open Door and some of the other publicly traded companies that have been buying houses, they have lost billions of dollars doing this, literally billions of dollars. And so they did not need to make money in the past, but that time of cheap money, grow market share at huge losses, that has ended. And so that typically means that the cash offers are at a discount relative to full market value. Now, that may still be right for you because that's not everybody's number one priority when selling a house. And so here's a couple situations where I think this could be really interesting and it is definitely worth evaluating if you're in this situation selling a house. First, the house is not in great condition. Maybe this is a long-term rental property. Tenant's been in there for a long time. They haven't asked you to or needed you to do stuff to the house. Now they've moved out and you're like, hey, I just want to sell this house as easily as possible. I've got a lot of equity in it. Cash offer could be a great opportunity for you. Maybe you inherited a house or you're not even from there. You haven't been in the house. You don't know anything about it. The house hasn't been updated recently. You have a lot of equity or own it outright. Cash offer could be super easy for you. Or thirdly, just the house needs a good amount done to it and you really value that convenience that I mentioned earlier. This could be a great opportunity for you as well. So those are the pros and cons on the cash offer. First of all, make sure you're evaluating who the buyer actually is and if it really is cash and really is going to be easier. That I would definitely advise to do with the real estate professional. We can definitely help you do that. And then secondly, evaluate, hey, is the trade-off of the ease worth what potentially we could get on the open market? We would love to help you do that, and we'd love to help you get a cash offer. Like I mentioned, no obligation, just see what it is. Fill out the form on our website. We'll get you one in a couple days, and that can be a starting point for a conversation about what's right for you. Everybody else, we'll see you again next week.